Welcome to the GameRamble video review for 9-9 Episode 2, narrated by me, Darkcloud. As always, the full text version of this review can be found on the GameRamble website linked below. The TLDR is that 9-9 Episode 2 features more of the vibrant art and excellent writing that was featured in the first installment. However, it's not quite a sequel as it focuses on a different heroine compared to Episode 1. This can be a little annoying for players who want to uncover all the mysteries instead of just learning more about the other heroines. The game is also short and left us wanting more, primarily due to the excellent character dialogue and superb translation. Despite some questionable elements, 9-9 Episode 2 is a great visual novel, and we have no qualms recommending the entire series to fans of the genre. Gameplay receives an 8 out of 10. The game features much more humor than Episode 1, and the writing is still superb. Graphics receives a 9 out of 10. The art is detailed and vibrant, although many character sprites and backgrounds are reused. Sound receives a 9 out of 10. The game features excellent voice acting, but most background tunes are the same. The overall score for 9-9 Episode 2 is 8.7 out of 10. And now for the full review. 9-9 Episode 1 introduced players to the sleepy town of Shiramitsugawa, and how it got a little bit livelier after an earthquake shattered a sacred shrine relic. This event unleashed powerful artifacts that began bonding with people in town, giving them supernatural powers. Unfortunately, not everyone used these new powers for good either, which resulted in a killer with the ability to turn people into stone making an appearance. This is where the story's protagonist, Kakeru Niimi, stepped up to investigate the artifacts and uncover the killer's identity. Kakeru embarked on this dangerous mission at the behest of Sophie, an unknown lifeform from a different world, who claims to be part of an organization that manages the artifacts. However, the real reason for Kakeru's interest in the artifact is the involvement of his classmate, Miyaku, and her determination to investigate the artifacts. 9-9 Episode 2 is the second installment of the visual novel, but instead of being a direct continuation of Episode 1, it actually functions more like an alternative route. The story still picks up after some of the events in the previous episode, but this time the emphasis is on Kakeru's sister, Sora. Although Sora was part of the first episode, she was more of a peripheral character, but everything in this episode revolves around her. Kakeru is once again the protagonist, so the story unfolds through his eyes, but Sora rarely leaves his side. Episode 2 also recaps all of the essential bits of Episode 1, so technically it's not necessary to play the first installment to understand what is going on. In fact, it initially feels a bit confusing to have the story focus on Sora, considering the events between Kakeru and Miyaku in Episode 1. However, the game already established that there are multiple realities in the world of 9-9, so it makes sense that this episode takes place in one that is on a different branch. Episode 2 is once again set in a town of Shiramitsugawa, and this time Kakeru encounters a cadre of evil users calling themselves Rig Veda, while continuing his search for the killer. Through a series of events, Kakeru, his sister, Miyaku, and the mysterious parfait-loving girl from the cafe where they always hang out end up in their own opposing group. This conflict between Kakeru's group and Rig Vega takes up a large portion of the story, but the game also focuses more on Sora's power and the consequences of her using it. Miyaku plays a much smaller role in this episode, but players learn a lot more about Sora, and the game also reveals more details about other minor characters like Haruka and Noah. The story unfolds rather slowly, especially given how short the episode is, but thanks to the brilliant writing and superlative translation, we were never left feeling bored. With Kakeru and Sora spending much more time together in this episode, it also means more of the hilarious bickering between them. A lot of the dialogue between the two is downright hilarious, and quite a few scenes had us laughing out loud. Surprisingly, this even extends to the adult scenes, as twisted as that may sound. Yes, even though Kakeru and Sora are siblings, this episode features some adult content, provided players install the optional 18+ patch. This patch is available from Denpasoft for free, and adds a couple of animated sex scenes to the game, as well as a few CGs featuring nudity. Even with the patch installed, the game still uses mosaic censoring for everything below the waist. The incest theme is pretty disturbing, but the game handles it in an interesting manner, and with plenty of humor. Let's just say that Sora is a complete goofball, and a particular scene featuring a paper bag over her head had us laughing way harder than we should have considering what was happening. Since Episode 2 takes place mainly in the same setting with the same characters, it's no surprise that most backgrounds and character sprites are also reused. However, seeing as the artwork is by Izumi Tsubasa of Saku Saku Love Blooms with the Cherry Blossoms fame, we're definitely not complaining. The game does feature plenty of brand new CGs, along with some cute super deformed CGs and new animated sex scenes, so there are plenty of new visual elements. 9-9 is also still one of the very few visual novels we have ever played to feature characters with sprites for the front and back of the characters. Like the visuals, the track list for episode 2 is mostly the same as the first. Although only 6 new tracks are on the list, the old songs still sound good. The game also features full Japanese voice acting for everyone, including the main character. This extends the sex scenes, which makes them even funnier in our opinion. The voice acting is brilliant and makes the interaction between Kakeru and his sister even more entertaining, as neither holds back. 99 Episode 2 again features dual language options, with a choice between Japanese, English and Chinese text displayed on the screen. Also, there's a wealth of sound and dialogue options to customize to your liking, and the whole user interface for the game is very straightforward and convenient. Despite the taboo elements of 99 Episode 2, we enjoyed the story more than the first episode. This could be because the presence of Sora meant that there were a lot more humorous scenes this time around. However, the game still features more than enough serious scenes that reveal the emotional depth of the characters, as well as a couple of action scenes that are described engagingly. Episode 2 also doesn't force players to play through everything twice to uncover the whole story, and instead offers choices right from the start that lead to 2 different endings. Everyone who enjoyed 99 Episode 1 should definitely check out Episode 2 as well. Unfortunately, it still leaves players with a lot of unresolved mysteries that will no doubt only be revealed in future episodes. The incest elements will obviously not appeal to everyone, but the more explicit details can easily be avoided by sticking to the Steam version and skipping the 18 plus patch. Overall, we enjoyed our time with 99 Episode 2 and look forward to seeing what will happen in Episode 3. Thanks for joining me for this 99 Episode 3 PC review. Remember to like, subscribe and share. Until next time.